Hey everybody, Keith Dotson here, and this is a follow-up video to the huge 1 hour and 20-minute long video that I recently released documenting my Abandoned Places road trip across the southern half of the U.S. state of Georgia. That's a long video, but it'll set the stage for this video if you're interested in watching how and where these photographs were shot. In this brief video, I thought I'd show a few prints of my favorite images from that trip. Now, I'm a professional photographer, and my ultimate goal is to make and sell black and white prints, and while they may look good on a screen, my job isn't complete until I know that the photographs can be printed successfully. Our first image is this landscape photograph of a huge oak tree covered in resurrection ferns with a railroad track across the bottom and an old abandoned store or warehouse or something seen in the distance. Here's the video clip of our arrival on this location. It was a bend in the road we found on our way to someplace else. It was also just a brief break in a rain shower, just enough time to pop off a few freehand shots. This merges two of my great photography passions, landscape and abandoned places photography, in one shot. I shot this with the Fujifilm GFX100S. The final file after Adobe Super Resolution enlargement was applied will go to 60 by 80 inches. But here it's 12 by 16 inches and it's printed on Moab Juniper Baryta Rag cotton-based paper. If you didn't see it, I made a video review of this paper a while back and found the results and the quality to be virtually identical to the much more expensive Hanamulla Photo Rag Baryta paper. I had high hopes for this shot when I made it, but it turned out better than I hoped, with so much depth of field between the tree and the old building behind it. There's a lot of room for error there. Our next sample image was shot on this location in the tiny community of Stillmore, Georgia. Someone quite thoughtfully positioned this old classic car under the awning of an old, out-of-business, abandoned gas station. Very photogenic. Here's the original image file. I'm really happy with how this printed, and the Moab Juniper Baryta Rag is wonderful. Again, this is 12 by 16 inches on 13 by 9 inch paper. The Fujifilm GFX100S is a native 4/3 aspect ratio. The sharpness and tones are very nice. I love the little details you can find in a scene like this. For example, this rusty old Lucky horseshoe over the door. My next shot is this night scene made of the Savannah River. Of course, this was shot using a tripod and again using the Fujifilm GFX100S. I wondered how the dark tones and gradient of the sky from the lights over to the dark side of the river would render in print. I have to say I'm pleasantly surprised that it looks pretty good, at least in this small size. This is only 6 by 8 inches on letter size Canson Infinity Baryta photographic paper. I definitely want to test this at a larger size before I offer it for print, but so far I'm happy with how the image looks. Well, I hope you enjoyed seeing a few of the images from my big road trip across Georgia. If you haven't watched that video, please go check it out. Thanks for watching, and remember, fine art prints are available on my website at keithdotson.com.